Okay, hey there everybody. Looks like this is working. I might have to pop out of this game in a little bit because I've got my Dominions game and we might actually get 3 turns done in one day, which is unprecedented for this slow-ass game. But yeah, gonna be playing some more of this. So, still is this weird thing where I have to play like one or the other of these, but you know, still think it's odd that they've got the dual game modes and that you can't choose them, but I also think that's probably better done that way, so... I'm gonna try and do some more of High Elves. This map, I think, is gonna be a real ball ache for High Elves against some of the factions. Against other factions, I think he'll be fine. And this is a capture one, so... Alright, let's do Everqueen here. Great Eagle. All those things is fine. I don't need this. Banishment's fine. Don't need... Let's do it like that. Look in our faction, up against the vampires. This should be fine. Banishment, I think, is going to do well here. So we'll get a bunch of these guys. We'll get some of them. Get a couple of those. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of one of them. I'm gonna add that. It'll leave us for just a regular archer that we can sort of put behind our other units and stuff like that. For this sort of stuff here, I do think that actually the nobles are going to be a pretty good call here. Just the Barded Steed ones, I think, maintain their attack bonus versus large, so I can use that against a few things. Sacred Incense, missile resistance is good here, so I actually do want those. We'll click on that, make sure that we're getting the right stuff here. And I think we want to have some more of these. And I think for like our infantry fighting other infantry, I do want to have some rangers. And I think we do want some more of these guys available. I don't know if I want the upgraded version. I don't think they're really that necessary against the type of stuff we're fighting. Alright, so that should be good. So the thing is, like, if he's got, like, the Bertha or whatever, the big cannon, it's going to be a nightmare to sort of fight against that. But so are the mortars, and so are a lot of the artillery. Oh, yeah, we actually did get our turn done in Dominions. I'll actually stream this potentially, even though, like, there's a chance I might get stream sniped. I'll be changing my turn, like, later, probably, anyway. Okay. Yeah, so normally those turns have been taking us, like, literally a day to get through one turn. Some of them have been taking us, like, 36 hours. And it's expected to take, like, 100 turns-ish, I think. So by the time we finished it, it would have been, like... Because it also, at turn 50, extends to a 2-month thing. I think it would be, like... Or, sorry, 2-day thing. It would be 6 months or something like that by the time we ended it. Because people would be late by then as well, so... It'd be a nightmare. We would literally never finish the game. So, I might join another one. I'm just trying to sort of find my groundings in the game in multiplayer, so... We'll have to sort of see how things go. Gross. Alright, so... I think that Vampire Coast is actually pretty strong right now. I don't think that they're like one of the strongest factions, but I think they've always been a pretty good counter against High Elves. The reasons for that are, again, like, High Elves, their tools are bad against fighting into these guys, which makes it really difficult for me to sort of, like, use my tools at my disposal effectively, because he counters so many of them so easily. We do have our cavalry, which are good. We can probably, like, do okay holding, like, the mid-ground a bit, but...
Without fail! Silver
like, some of our missile troops can also hold against him pretty well. The Wolf and Sea Guard, I think, are actually quite good at that.
Without fail!
But it's not quite enough as far as I can really tell. Okay, so... I think we wait actually the right side and we go for this one a little bit harder.
It shall be done! Acknowledged!
This is a tiny amount of force, by the way. Alright, so hopefully Banishment's going to be something we can pop here and it'll be useful. I do want to get our, this guy. The Noble is going to be, I think, pretty good in this matchup. That 10% range resist added to, like, the missile block chance, plus all the other stuff, it makes it so that we take a lot less damage, I think.
It will be done!
I shall!
Assa forward!
Okay.
For the Ever Queen!
He's got double carronades. Okay, what are these guys? Depth Guard. These guys might actually be tough enough that I want to hit them first.
Enough!
Alariel the Evergreen.
Without
I'm
question.
actually going to move out that way, even though
Moving out.
this guy's heading there.
Of one's queen.
Oh, did they change this to a single charge? Wow, okay, well. Yeah, here we can see those carronades coming in, ripping my dudes apart.
Northern Sea Guard.
For order!
Apace!
You can really see the
For
difference in,
duty.
like, the quality of power between his
Swiftly.
artillery and my artillery.
Servant of light. By Isha. With haste.
Okay, we're gonna see if we can get him to come in and fight us here. And we're going to have her... Wait. Where's the button that lets me ground?
Lakai! Lakai! Lakai!
Well, she should be at least faster than this guy, but...
Saint Louis!
Loyal!
Assor, withdraw!
Alariel the Everqueen. Yenlui! Sail! Lakai!
Understood!
Okay, let's hit these guys up. Scurvy dogs over there, let's countercharge them.
Yes! Assor, forward!
Driving back the dark.
Let's get this guy.
Noble! Quickly now!
Light of Avalon.
Where's the ability to land? It's gone.
For the Ever Queen!
Feels like...
Ancestors!
Assor, attack!
Ever onward.
These guys are still kind of getting pummeled, which I'm okay with. Carronades here getting pretty wiped.
Archers! Defend in order! Steel! Weapons ready!
Chosen of Isha.
Oh, they're still firing at her.
Onward. In thrust. Moving.
For duty! Archers!
At once.
Ouch.
Silver helms! Oath one!
Okay, I think we can hit... some of this stuff here.
For order!
I think we want... some infantry here.
Swiftly,
Move! You're in there!
without fail. We will obey.
Advancing! Isha! Lindra!
Atta, withdraw!
Isha,
For
guide
that.
me!
Okay.
They're my gifts! Alariel the Everqueen! Forward!
Northern Sea Guard. Acknowledge. Ready and able. Forward.
Okay.
Death to all. We away.
I think we can hit these guys and win. The and win part is also kind of important.
Moving out. Battle calls. Onward. Lothern Seaguard.
To the fray!
Alariel! Under her protection!
Just gonna head over to here, and I'm gonna
For
get these
duty.
guys
Follow me,
a little bit
Atta.
more. Those scurvy dogs, those are Mongols.
Illyrian Reavers.
Sent sort of the wrong things to fight that stuff.
Archers.
Alariel the Everqueen! Yenui! Sail! Lakoy!
Lothern Seaguard. It will be done.
Alright.
Duty calls. Loyal. At once.
Guided by light!
I don't think we've got the best chance of winning this, honestly, but kind of distracted right now, honestly. I think if we tag teamed him, that would work.
Driving back the dark! For Ulthuan!
Archers. By Alariel. Advance.
High Priestess!
Serve the king.
So just deckhand mob, we can take that. I think he mostly missed that attack there.
Tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Ulthuan!
Yes!
Silver helms. Lakoy. Onward. Noble. Charge. Obeying orders.
Ouch.
Done.
Let's have you hit that one.
Alariel the Everqueen!
While we're hitting him with all this artillery, it should actually be possible to kill him.
For Assyria.
Okay, we captured that point off of him, which is nice.
Orders received. For duty. Assa, move. At once.
Isha's chosen! Touch and wither! I will!
Okay.
Isha, guide me! Dawn's hope! For order!
It will be done! Death to all!
Under her protection!
Gotta do this here.
We will obey. It will be done. Make Ulthuan proud.
Okay, get those guys. Get another one of these out here.
For Ulthuan!
Ouch.
Noble! Understood! Make Ulthuan proud! Illyrian Reavers! Lothern Seaguard! Can I be praised?
You get these guys back in the fight here.
We advance!
Restoring order. Advancing. Chasing them.
Okay, our lines here holding out okay. Considering how much firepower they're taking, they're doing okay.
As you say! Weapons ready! Asa! Move!
For the king!
Do still want to kill this guy,
Senui!
but kind of don't have any magic points left,
Lothern
so I
Seaguard!
think we'll try and finish off these guys actually.
Quickly now! Illyrian Reavers! For the king! Death to all!
These guys, the deckhand mobs, yeah. So we're probably gonna actually just lose all this. I don't think there's much hope of keeping that, but managed to hold on here.
For the king! Attack!
Shattered by all that nonsense.
Isha's will.
Yolifa!
Death guard there gone down, and we've just about captured mid.
Archers! Ancestors! Noble!
You
just gonna
have
use
the
these abilities here,
foe's
'cause I
victory
can.
point.
Ulthuan's call.
Grab another one of these, another one of these.
It shall be done. Asa forward!
Still getting pegged.
Loyal!
See if he's paying attention to those guys.
Swiftly!
Just gonna grab a couple of
As you
these,
say!
try and get them onto here.
Moving out!
I can actually hit these guys pretty hard with just cavalry. In this instance, I think these guys are actually gonna get hit. I think we got them. Nice.
It will be done!
Do need some more units though.
Ancestors!
I'm not 100% sure
As
how
you
we're
say.
doing as far as like points go as well, because we might not have enough to pull this back points wise.
Assyrian willing! Forward!
The Ever Queen.
Yeah, I'm completely out of magic. I can't get any more back. I'm pretty
The
sure.
greater good.
Serve the king! Lothern Seaguard!
I think these archers are actually out of arrows. I'm gonna
March!
recall them.
Let us withdraw! To battle! For duty! For Ulthuan!
Oh, what the heck? What were you guys doing there?
Priestess of Isha.
Is that more depth guard? I think it is, yeah.
Forward.
Poked their general a couple times. He's still getting shot at. He hasn't been able to
Sariel.
silence my guns yet.
Ever onward.
Can actually get this guy back.
Alariel the Ever Queen.
Asa, attack!
Without fail! Noble! Without fail!
Let's recall you guys. Call you guys. I still have some shots
Asa,
left.
advance! For order!
I think we got some shots left on some of these guys.
Alariel the Everqueen.
But I think we got his
Guided
general
by
here.
light. Lakai, Isha. In rest. By
That's his general,
Isha.
I'm pretty sure, gone.
It will be done. Attack! Eagle Claw! We go!
Without fail! We will obey!
Can I be praised? Apace! Northern Sea Guard.
Okay, out of ammo there. Archers here. Are they out of ammo? Yep, they're out of ammo. Let's just
We must
call you
retire!
guys. I'm just gonna recall these
Understood.
guys as well.
Noble born!
Asa, withdraw!
Okay.
Silver Helms! For order!
I think we're pulling this back actually pretty well here.
Alariel the Everqueen.
It shall be done. Let us withdraw.
It shall be done. Swiftly!
We away!
Orior!
Okay, this guy I think is
By
dead,
your
but it kind of
command.
doesn't matter at this point.
High Priestess.
Oh, she's in
Onward!
trouble here. Might lose my general too, but it doesn't matter as much for me since I don't have like as bad leadership on my regular units. And we might make it out like alive, but you know, retreating, routed off the field. I might not die here.
Asa, withdraw!
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna die here. It's fine.
Orders received. Understood.
On the other hand, this all sort of collapsed as well, but
Battle calls!
Pull back!
Sail!
As you say!
We away! For duty! To battle!
let's just hit these guys with that.
Without fail.
Let's just hit you guys with
Asur,
this.
attack!
By your command!
Alright, I guess we're stuck there.
Silver Helms!
Alright, let's just back out of that.
Asur, advance!
Just gonna try and get in there with as much stuff as is possible.
Sail! It shall be done!
Animated hulks we should be able to take out here.
Yes! Setting forth by your command!
Orders received. Seal!
We will obey! Follow me,
Okay.
Asa!
Draw back!
Okay, I guess we're hitting these guys, unfortunately, which is not what we want to be hitting here. But, oh.
Loyal! For duty!
Gonna need more points pretty fast here. So I can't afford to be mucking about too much with these things.
Northern Sea Guard! To the fray! Defending order! Asa, advance!
We will obey! For the Ever Queen!
Where's that new unit of lines I got?
Silver Helms!
Let's just hit these guys again. Oh, he's finally gone for these things. Did I get to this fast enough? I think I might have. These things are practically out of ammo, so it doesn't actually matter if he kills them. Okay with that.
Understood!
Some more bodies out here.
Setting forth! Silver helms! For order! Without fail!
Let's get you guys onto there.
For duty!
He's gonna eventually overwhelm that blob there, but that's fine.
Draw back!
You have been bested.
Oh, how did we lose there?
There is
I
only
still had points
defeat.
left. Oh well. Like I said, I have to switch over games a little bit. I have to double check the thing. Did they change it to 4,000? Because I was at like 3,900 or something like that. Interesting. Well, either way. That felt pretty close, and I kind of liked that. Cavalry, as usual, like ended up being really, really useful here. 234 kills, no value. Same as what we sort of expected there. This guy, nothing valuable, I guess. These guys did pretty well. Alright, that was all interesting. Alright, so I'm going to actually just show you guys the other thing, I guess. Let's go ahead and find out where I put that. Alright, so basically, like, you do this basically at, like, by mail, practically. Let's see what we ended up doing here. Okay, so he did move into Scaleria, which I kind of expected. We got our battle at Fahren Mountains. This is just against province defense, so there's really nothing to it. We lost, like, one dieback mono, that's fine. Killed the whole province defense. He's actually got good province defense there. And Scaleria, like, we had one Bakemono show that was there. So this is exactly what I was expecting to sort of happen. He was going to move like here to sort of counter my army that was on his capital because he had to. So that's kind of what we were expecting. Getting some blood hunters there. And we also got control of this province with a scout for basically free. So found some earth gems. Found some water gems. That's all really good. And we've got too many troops here, but that's fine because we're actually just going to move everything onto here. He's got mostly cultists, which is interesting. So I don't need these guys to move. So you're moving, you're moving, you're moving. This group is site searching. Then I'm just going to also move all of these guys onto here as well. This guy, I want him stealthing and then just hiding over to maybe here. Because I want him like stealthed there. So yeah, that sort of maneuver that we did was we just dodged his army that moved to there. It's a really, really big one. Got that little bit of sort of information from him for free here. So we know exactly what's in this army. We know what's sort of going on there. And we should actually have enough force here to actually like one-shot this fort. So he has to like attack it immediately, basically. So if he doesn't, he's going to lose a lot of stuff, which is exactly what we're hoping for. So over here we got some guys here casting Summon Cave Grubs. I'm going to actually just do 2 of those. And that'll be a bunch of our Earth Gems we'll have. The reason we're getting these guys is for their siege capacity, which is 12.9 each, which is really, really, really high. It's basically the equivalent of like 9 or 12 or whatever the hell troops under normal sort of circumstances. They're really bad in combat. They're just there for standing outside of forts and breaking them down really, really easily. So we're going to have our armies sort of move out with that. This guy here, I'm going to move him up this way. This province still has 3 unrest somehow, which is kind of surprising, all things considered. Yeah, we're getting to the point where we're getting decent everything, so pretty okay with what we have. These guys can work on some other stuff next turn. But the most important thing, yeah, it's going to be this. Even if he moves this army here, we counter him, because we'll be slipping over to here, and he doesn't get to fight us if he moves in that direction. If he moves up here to help defend this, then we fight with both of these forces, which is exactly what we want. We want to fight this army with both these combined armies, instantly take this fort, and sort of go to town from there. So that's sort of our strategy. We got a few just random things that we've sort of popped in here. I could also get rid of some of our generals. That's kind of one of the weird things about what we're doing here. The reason being technically speaking, I don't need all of these generals for all of these different forces doing their things. So we consolidate some of our forces together, and that'll make things a little bit stronger. Okay, so let's move these guys together. Let's move this one into this group so that we've got all our cavalry sort of in one squad. So that we have one guy that's sort of controlling that. Move you guys into here. Just a little bit of an undisciplined blob. The way I had to move like all my units was also partly informed by the fact that I could have ended up fighting in this province with my Pretender, which would have been pretty risky, but my Pretender's got Toysborn, so if it dies, it comes back, so it's no big deal. I think most of our units are actually kind of distinct from each other group, so I think that's about as far as that goes. Alright, this group doesn't really need bodyguards so much anymore. So I'm actually just going to go back to bodyguarding with these, just to make sure we don't get assassinated or something like that. Is this the right commander? Yes. This one's got Toysborn, so if this one dies, it also doesn't matter, so it's fine. Okay. And I would love to have even more forces, but what we have here is kind of what we're going to be doing this with. I got enough swordsmen that I could actually kind of go line formation here. Information there. Gonna have them set to fire at the closest, I guess. I feel like there's too much risk of friendly fire with what we're doing here, and there's not a tremendous amount of benefit, so I think we just go back to what we had before, honestly. Attack closest. No, we had you attack rear, I think. Okay, so this should be fine. This should be fine. And then we just fiddle with these guys to make it so that they're also attacking in melee. I'm gonna set them to hold an attack, actually. That way they'll fire at least a couple volleys off. I think that'd be fine. But yeah, this should all be what we're aiming for here. For mages that are coming in, this is kind of okay, actually. We could try to like flame arrow the whole composition, but I think that would be a bit redundant given that we were much better off trying to kill them quickly, and we don't have enough archers for that to really be an optimal plan. So yeah, even if he tries to like stop this army, I'm just gonna try and kill him here. Even if he like slips over to here, that means he has to move like here, and then he has to move here if he wants to threaten me. And we'll have taken the fort by the time he's here. So worst case scenario is he like sends this whole army over here. That whole army sort of like doesn't do anything because we're sort of over here as it is. You can just get one province defense here. So we like slip up past him. If he fights us here against both of these armies, like we win that pretty hard. I'm pretty sure. Because we've got like 190 troops here. Got 176 troops over here. That's 360 troops. Gonna easily be able to crush like this whole army, 360 of his troops, because ours are way, way, way higher quality. His are mostly long dead. So yeah, that should be fine. We'll end up getting our another reinforcing army coming in pretty soon. We've got 394 gold. That's actually quite a bit of spare gold, so let's just get to recruiting more stuff here. Make sure that all of our places that can get it are recruiting it. Over here, we're just getting these little guys, that's fine. I think we actually, like, recruited normally one of these guys. Yeah, that went up by 1. Research up. Oh, did we find anything with Voice of Apsu? No magical sites found. Great. By which I mean awful. So hopefully we find some good sites here. There's like nothing in here, which is surprising because this is the sort of place that usually has lots of stuff. Could actually be I've got to just site search some of the more esoteric stuff, I guess, for us, which is air. I don't know why there would be air in there. Finding like a place that has this many plus magic sites things and not finding any magic sites with the pass I've got is kind of nuts. So that's 5. That's basically cap on 5. Oh well. Okay. So yeah, and if he does move here, he'll probably then move to fight us here, even though we'll have the consolidated whole army. So we'll have to sort of like fight that, and then we'll have to fight like the garrison, which would be fine. And if he doesn't fight us there, he does something else, we'll move on to the capital. And I think what we do is cap rush. We try to like see if we can get to his capital before us, or whatever. So this province has been slowly and steadily recruiting stuff for like forever. Could be doing that. It's a little bit more valuable. So I could have this guy come in and grab a bunch of stuff, have him move over here, grab a bunch of stuff, have him move over here, grab a bunch of stuff, sort of thing. And that's sort of like the path, that's the route that we're sort of having this guy go by. I really wish I could consolidate some of the generals together so I could get them all sort of out of this sort of situation here, but this guy I actually kind of want to have pressed forward quite a bit. I don't necessarily want him like first wave, but having him push forward would be pretty good. Because he is very, very scary right now, the way he's been kitted out. I think he can make a big difference in a fight, and not a lot of the enemy stuff can actually really do much about him. These guys can all push forward quite a bit as well. Because we now have this big solid line of stuff that we're going to have. Need to make sure they're not set to sneak. I actually want them on attack. Okay, so which one do you use on sneak here? There we go. I actually get all of you guys together as one sort of block here. There we go. That spot's fine. Okay. This guy's actually casting Legions of Steel a bunch. Actually, I might want that cast on my other guy as well. I don't need Strength of Giants here because like I overkill pretty much everything I hit with my guys, so kind of unnecessary. I'm going to have this guy sort of more off to this side. And I think actually do Strength of Giants. Or, not Strength of Giants. Okay, summon Earth Power, and then Legions of Steel. A couple of times. And then we kind of, well, we'll just let him cast whatever. Alright. He'll probably cast Blessing, he might cast Skeletons, it doesn't really matter which. Those be useful here. Alright, so that all worked out okay. Over here, I think we do one more Voice of Apsu, even though we've cast it 3 times and we've gotten absolutely nothing. Whoops. Okay, so we've tried there. Do we try this one? I've site searched both caves and like we got barely anything out of that. Which is unfortunate, but How about this one? Alright, we've still got 229 gold here. So what do we do with that? Might just set this guy to hide. You know what he might do? He might actually go after these guys with this big army. Playing sort of whack-a-mole between me and all these other guys that are attacking him. I'd feel bad for him if he wasn't playing Scalaria, because Scalaria is ridiculously overpowered. As is evidenced by the fact that there's 3 people beating up on him and he's doing fine. Okay, I kind of want to get one of these guys. So we're just going to stop recruiting some of the stuff we're getting. I might actually need to get, let me just count something here, 54. Oh yeah, I'm going to need more generals in a second. Let's actually do that first. So we'll get 2 of these guys here. Then we'll get you. We'll get you. It's pretty much everything. It's almost all my money. You could try to get some more barbarians for no good reason whatsoever, but like they wouldn't have a leader or anything, so wouldn't be worth it. What we might want to do after we take this is actually like buy all those mercs, because that will just help us get through the siege a bit faster. So our generals, we're going to have them like swoop in the ones that we're getting from here. We're going to have them grab all those cave grubs, and then sort of head down as well. And they'll be able to siege these forts really fast. There's a fort coming up here from these Knights of the Chalice, but they're all dying from disease and stuff like that, so who cares? Makes it easier for me to deal with them later. And we're going to have such high siege strength from the stack that like if we came up through here, we could actually probably really tear through a bunch of Marignon's defenses and stuff like that. But I don't want to. I don't want to attack this anytime soon. Just leave that as is for a while. Make them sort of sit on their own thing, getting diseased, getting like murdered by that. Like, and our sacreds have got the ability to heal themselves as well. So even like the fact that I can just go undead and heal or deal with that way, like I don't need to. I can just do this however I want, really. Yeah, I really need to get something better to do with these water gems. Maybe if I got more tier 2 of these guys, that would actually be something I would really like, but it's probably fine. Alright, so that's going to be our turn for now. I'll come back to that later and sort of refine it, but who knows, maybe the turn will end. Alright, back to Warhammer. I wish I wasn't fighting against so much like Vampire Coast and stuff like that in this, because I do end up facing off against like Vampire Coast like a lot. And I do think that they're stronger than High Elves. Or they counter High Elves, rather. Okay, this is a pitch battle. Crystal Mountain Realm of Tzeentch. Kind of broken up, but kind of got open spots there. It's the thing about like sticking to a faction obstinately, regardless of the fact that they're not necessarily that high tier. Kind of end up in these situations where it's just like, you're gonna against Dark Elves. It's interesting. All right, let's go with Tyrion. Mage. Mage is gonna go with Lore of High Magic. I like the Ilmar Chariot still. I don't need Apotheosis as much in these sort of matchups because of a bunch of reasons, but I think we'll just stick with this roster of spells. It's a bit too expensive, honestly, for what we're getting, but having a versatile toolkit is sometimes okay. It's not my favorite thing. we're doing, I could try to get away with using something like a Sun Dragon, maybe. Gonna take a couple of these, maybe one of them at the very least. I think go 2 Sword Masters. I might go very like infantry and like archery heavy here and not take any cav, which is kind of daft, honestly, but skirmishing heavy sort of force here. This is one of those rare matchups where my opponent does have a lot of like low armor stuff that kind of want to think about. I think this is sort of okay. Would like it if I could get one more of these somehow. But what if I really focus this down? I'm gonna get rid of Apotheosis. Slow Punch I think is actually underrated, but so I'd have to get rid of a more expensive spell. If I did that, I'd have enough. All I'd have left is Tempest. That's terrible. Slow Quench, Apotheosis? Yeah, it's not terrible. Could also just get rid of the other Marchariot and have him on foot. We're doing a defensive stance, actually. Let's do that. Gives us 800 points to play with, actually. So we could try to fiddle around even a little bit more here. Do I care about all of these? Oh, Malhander. I could have gone without, but this gives me at least a little bit of fast reaction. Given that I've got 2 Swordmaster units, this feels like a pretty broad line of infantry. So we've got like 8 infantry units, plus like 2 archers, and 2 more that can act as archers. Second line behind our front. Okay. Well, it's taken a little while to guess where we want to go here. Yeah, man. I think there's different music here.
As you say.
More sort of like ominous and Zinchi. That's actually kind of cool. Because I haven't played on this map before, so I didn't know it was a thing that they could do. Or that they did do, rather. Obviously possible to have dynamic music based on the map, but... Okay, do we fight around this thing? I think if we try to fight around this thing, we can have our rangers in the woods, and they have actually got Forest Rider, which gives them, like, some bonuses in the woods. So we'll just have them there.
Archers!
Keep our archers and stuff like that more away from there.
Without fail.
And keep our Tyrannok Chariot on the right, sort of, so that they can
Spearmen!
do what they're doing. Okay, Swordmasters.
Swordmaster of Hoeth!
Orders!
Shield of the Ever Queen.
Acknowledged. Without fail.
Archers!
Loyal.
Trying to sort of zigzag my units here. Don't have a ton of room for it.
Northern Sea Guard.
Alright, let's get all of our infantry selected up here.
Understood.
Not these guys.
Spearmen. Happy to serve.
So this is going to be kind of a bit of a column, but we'll deploy stuff that's further back forward once we figure out what's going on. This thing, I think we'll start off like this. I have to do some testing. I wonder if this is better off shooting at enemy artillery using one mode or the
Eager
other.
for battle.
Watch my opponents look like 4-bolt throwers and I actually have to advance into them. Let's see here, Dark Riders,
Urifer!
swords. It's got one bolt thrower back there.
Orders received.
Moving out!
Swordmaster of Hoeth. We away. Onward.
Alright, Bleak Sword's taking some hits here.
Tearing up chariots. Forward.
Now, I don't have any real defense against,
We will
like,
obey.
cavalry in particular.
Archers.
Acknowledged!
Tearing up chariots. Servant of light.
Earthwind Mage!
I know that this thing's got some nasty garbage it can do.
Tearing up chariots. It shall be done. We advance. Heir of Anarian.
I'm actually going to have him go after this one. I'm going to swap hits here.
We will obey! Advance!
Just realized
I
something.
go
This is
then.
on foot.
Battle awaits!
Tearing up chariots.
Witch Elves back here. Defending against chariots for some reason.
Eagle claw. For Assyrian.
Alright.
Heir of Anarian. Immediately.
Alright, so that was a good hit there. These Witch Elves have taken a decent amount of damage. He's got some shades back there. That's unfortunate.
Understood.
let's
Assyrian guides
start attacking.
us. Apace.
Without question! Attack!
Advance. The Reaper. Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Okay, I want to get close so I can potentially do some healing here, because I did end up taking Apotheosis.
Lakoi Sario!
Beloved!
Advance.
Without fail!
Understood. Sunfang lusts for battle. Onward.
Ran them all the way back there. Interesting. Alright, well,
For duty. Without fail. Spearmen.
alright, so he's taken a bunch of losses to, like, his... a bunch of
Understood.
his stuff, really.
Orders understood!
Ancestors.
Been sort of focusing on
Will be
different
done.
things as far
Orders
as our...
received. Azar, advance. Following orders.
As all this
to
goes.
battle. For our ancestors. Uriel. Forward. Archers. Swiftly.
Swordmasters advance.
Battle calls!
Acknowledge.
How come these guys did what they did here? Oh, our chariots got shredded by crossbows. They are armor piercing, so not that surprised.
Eagle claw. For order!
Let's try and hit their witch elves, I guess. Especially these ones on the sort of flank-facing direction there.
Asa, withdraw! Acknowledged.
Swordmaster of Hoeth, at once!
Not having a cavalry here is a real nightmare because, like, he does have a ton of stuff that, like, just kind of does not give a crap about what I'm doing here. Like, he's got a lot of skirmishy stuff. I didn't coordinate this attack very well
It
either,
shall
but...
be done. March!
Heir of
Alright,
Anarian.
I can do that. That's fine.
Spellcaster!
This thing's practically dead anyway, so it kind of doesn't matter.
And you are! Bend to my will!
Swordmaster of Hoeth,
Archers! It shall be done! Death to all! To the fray!
Alright, let's, I guess, charge
question.
these ladies. Swordmaster should be able to plow through them pretty hard,
We will
honestly.
obey! Ancestors!
A little archer support there.
For Assyrian! March! Loyal! Asa! Attack!
archers!
Oathwood Mage! High Mage!
Pull back!
Scython! Hear me!
Spearmen!
Him being able to use this ability to, like, just boost his army tremendously is way stronger than my abilities,
It will be done!
which is always unfortunate, but is the reality of this matchup.
Forward!
For order!
It's nice to play against Dark Elves in all honesty, even though I haven't played against them in long enough that I forget how to do it. Considerations when fighting
will be
against them
done.
are very different than fighting
Seal.
against some other factions. I can't believe my Swordmasters broke there that easily.
Archers!
Oh, come on.
Forward! Doing my
Alright,
duty!
well, at this point, you know what? Just do that.
At once!
Awaiting orders!
Pull back!
Yes!
As you say!
How long does this thing last? I feel like he's been doing this for a while now.
For duty!
Loyal! Lacoy!
Ouch. Getting
Asso,
doom bolted.
withdraw!
He dodged that. It's pretty much impossible to land a hit with that stupid spell.
Manlui! Orior!
Yeah, these guys are gonna get
Manlui!
shredded. I'm gonna lose this.
Champion of Alarion! Very well.
He had a very skirmish-heavy army, and I did not have the tools sort of for that. I should have taken 2
Ready!
bolt throws if I was gonna do this.
Moving out!
Because then I could have forced him forward, which is what I kind of wanted out of this, but he had way more
Winds of magic rise!
shooting.
Serve the king!
Swordmasters are still, like, not very good as a unit. I wish they would, like, fix sort of that problem. That high elf elite infantry is just not very good.
It shall be done!
Because they're technically supposed to be some of the best in the game, and on paper they are. Like, they will win in these very isolated, like, unit test sort of situations, which is what people seem to, like,
For duty!
do a lot for some reason.
Make
But
Ultron proud!
they're so expensive that you can afford, like, a ton of units for them.
Azor,
And they're so
withdraw!
inflexible that usually they don't win against the sort of situations you would want them to, because they can't get in those situations. And I think that's sort of a big problem with the way they've sort of designed High Elves, is that
As you say,
they're an army of specialists in a game that does not reward that.
Mage!
onwards to
How the hell?
victory! I shall! Northern Seaguard!
Going abroad!
Loyal! We will obey!
If you want sort of like armies that have like highly specialized units, they have to be cheap.
Swordmaster of Hoeth,
And that's kind of like the main downfall of the High Elves as they are statted. Because they're some of the least flexible units in the game, but they're also some of the most expensive. And that combination just doesn't work,
for duty!
for the
Move!
love of... My units keep getting like stopped on their orders, so I can't
Northern Seaguard!
keep doing the things I want to do. Like, their units keep stealthing and then I lose my orders.
Without fail!
And I think that's basically
Sword
GG
of
though,
the
so...
Assur. Moving out!
I probably just should have, like, right-clicked their general with my general. And I think that would have probably been better. Because I don't think the Heart of Avalorn even pops. I just had him chasing off against something stupid for too long. Because he's the only thing I got that can kind of chase away some of these things.
As you say!
I guess Dark Elves right now are supposed to be, like, highly mobile is what they're going for. So Lothran Seaguard with shields and, like, bolt throwers get rid of all of the sword masters. I don't need them. But that sort of combination of, like, Lothran Seaguard bolt throwers I think would have actually been fine.
Fall back!
Okay, I'm gonna quit because it's gonna take forever for Tyrion to get there and die, so... But yeah, my opponent definitely outplayed me there. If I want to go for the strategy, like, you can see how much he outnumbered me by. It's not even like he didn't take high-quality units, because Shades are very expensive. Like, Shades are a fairly costly unit, so are Witch Elves. Did they actually take out my Swordmasters without me killing very many things? I don't know, my Swordmasters got... Actually, no, why is this... I'm confused. They have 62 kills, but only 193 value, but that's just weird because, like, what even is that? Bloodwrack Medusa, yeah, those things are terrifying. I don't think any of their units are actually that inexpensive. Maybe these guys are, I guess, I don't know. But, yeah. The only time I think you can actually get away with using Swordmasters if you know your opponent's not going to have any ranged units, which is practically nobody anymore. Like, a lot of the ones that did have no ranged units, like certain Chaos factions, were given ranged units. And they're usually armor-piercing ranged units too, like the Axe Throwers and stuff like that, which is weird, but it makes it so that you can't really use them very effectively. Okay, this is just a big, empty field. Yeah, that didn't feel like that was going to be a very interesting sort of map there. Okay. Let's check our map here again. Eye in the north. This one's domination. This is... I can never figure out, like, the angles for the bolt throwers and artillery pieces on this map. It's always a little bit janky, but archers tend to do okay on this map, I think, just because they can sort of fire into that center line a little bit more easily. You want to try Tyrion here? I kind of do. I kind of wonder if I can, like, monster mash at all. If we're gonna do that, we go with Alariel. Oh, okay. Maybe didn't want to play on that map. I feel like that would have been an okay monster mash map, just because, like, I don't think there's great sight lines for artillery in a couple of the capture points. So I can sort of, like, dive bomb him with, like, big scary monsters and stuff like that, keep them alive with Heart of Avalorn and Earthblood and stuff like that, and then just move on to the sort of the next one. If he's got a lot of, like, spears and halberds, I can banish, like, right on top of my own dudes and not cause any damage, because it's not very good against single target entities. Okay, domination again. Arnheim. Okay, this one's very, very, I'd say artillery heavy. I'm gonna be up against, like, no, I'm up against Slash. Okay, interesting. I won't, alright, let's see if we can monster mash. I don't think that they do the best air game of it at all, so, like, I can get rid of Tempest in this case. This could actually be a useful thing to have here, I think, if we're doing this way. Go with the Great Eagle, take all that stuff, that's fine. So we would want to have, like, our big heavy cavalry guys. I think we take the Star Dragon, we don't take the other thing. Sure. actually reduce stuff here so that I can take an infantry unit here. Probably don't need Arcane and Forging because I think we got the ability to just like dive on top of something and kill it, so we can afford our basic spearmen for capture. Then the reinforcing army. I think 2 nobles is what we're doing here. This is kind of a cheese strat, obviously. I just kind of want to know if we can do it with Elves because I don't think that they're traditionally seen as a faction that does this well. They're probably not, let's be honest. I don't need Sacred Incense against Slaanesh. Okay, and let's take just some stuff that can stand on there and not die. Take one of these. Alright. So, I think this is a dumb army. I don't think it's going to work, but I want to test it out. I do need to figure out where the land button is, unless they remove that. Like, it does cause some, like, really unfair, unfun, like, interactions where it's like people fly, like, their flyer all over the place and then they'll just land it when it's being chased into their own army, and there's not a lot you can sort of do about that other than just have really good micro. So, I don't necessarily think that it should automatically bait things to dive down at you. I think you should, like, hover over it, maybe, but even that's not great, but it would be better than sort of what we got. Be also kind of good if, like, a unit that's coming up from the ground that's being attacked by something from the air got, like, the ability to be dive bombed, basically kept on the ground, forced back on the ground. Like, you can't attack, like, upward as you're ascending or something like that, and if you're descending, you can get a charge bonus. Like a bigger charge bonus. Who knows, though? That would probably be hard to implement. Make it harder for the people who sort of, like, bob up and down, though. The other thing about bobbing up and down that I don't like is that it does give it another dimension of people, like, dodging arrows and bullets and cannonballs and stuff like that. Which is not my favorite thing to let people do. Alright, where's the land button? There it is. Okay. Okay, so this is our flying squad of, like, cheese. These guys are gonna come up here.
Spearmen!
Like, we're just gonna have, like, these guys in the forest.
Serve the king!
Okay.
Alariel the Everqueen.
So, what we're hoping to be able to do is just have everyone sort of on there. We, like, can use Faw's protection, because I think this is actually an area of effect. Ah, no, I have to overcast it. Okay. But still, that does help.
Dawn's hope.
It's got that guy.
Yes.
Fine.
Apace! We advance! Setting forth! Quickly now!
Okay, so Slaanesh has absolutely nothing in the air.
Isha, guide me. Lakai, Isha. Isha's chosen. I will touch and wither.
Alright, so we're gonna head over there. Gonna hit up these guys. Get our first one of these. And bring them up this way. Should actually be recruiting them from the other side thing.
The greater good.
So we're charging the spawn, even though I shouldn't necessarily, but...
Kadai be praised!
I took some damage from the overcast there.
Fireball! Lacoy! Moving out! Dauntless, as one, without question.
Isha! Lithra!
Make
Alright, so I hit these guys pretty hard.
Forward!
I want to get her out of here, if I can.
Son of Ulfwin.
She definitely does
Chosen of
not
Isha.
survive this if I go in sort of early with her. Their damage is actually really high, I guess.
We have a victory point. Keep it from the foe.
We away to the fray.
Hit these Hellstriders here. She'll recover. It's fine.
Under her protection. Lakai! Lakai! Lakai!
It's like they actually have added a powerful ranged attack to their dudes
Brave
there.
and true.
Which is kind of bullshit to me, but... Where'd that other guy I just called in?
Noble.
Where'd he go?
Seal.
Servant of light. Avalon! Ever onward!
It shall be done. Euryther.
Alariel the Everqueen.
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Restoring order.
Oops, that was the wrong sort of thing. Oh well, this will actually be fine. I can just wander over here.
Noble.
High Priestess.
I want to get this power recharge coming in.
Battle calls.
I don't think that... Oh, that actually hurts the Everqueen quite badly. Wow.
One of your units now.
I think she's dead.
The enemy has slain our lord.
That's unfortunate. But,
Noble. Charge.
not too unexpected. Need to be more on top of that.
Assad, withdraw.
Okay, we're broken there, that's fine.
Ready and able.
Just
Understood.
hit this. I don't think that Phoenix Guard are actually very good right now that I think about it. Well, this is the point of experimenting. Sometimes you just do something really stupid. Star Dragon also does not seem to be doing too well for himself. Which is disappointing
Noble.
given how expensive he is.
Finish them.
Moondragon also does not do very well against Azazel. Crazy. Alright.
Silver helms.
Alright, so she wouldn't cost too much to resummon.
It shall be done. For Assyrian. Noble.
Yeah, dragons don't have enough punch to them right now, I guess, to take on something like this. Which is kind of a shame, honestly.
Orders received. Weapons ready. For Ulfwan.
I'm just gonna ping-pong myself back and forth between these two units here, I think. Actually, no, he's taking some real beating from this dragon all of a sudden. I guess we got a couple lucky hits in. I wish I could get these breath attacks off. They're really devastating if you get good ones, but it's hard to do. I think our morale is going to fail here, yeah.
Pull back!
Nope, don't even get that last hit in. Those guys took that like a champ. They're not like anti-cav units, they just survived that. Oh, this guy routed. That's kind of surprising.
Retreat! Understood. Death to all!
Alright, let's ping pong into these guys here. Got some spawn heading over there. But yeah, like, realistically speaking, this is a completely screwed game. I was kind of hoping to try this against a different faction. That was kind of a hope, but obviously did not happen.
For Lothar! Can I be brave? We away!
Alright, let's get out of here.
Silver Helms! Withdraw! For Assyrian!
The commanders have taken a good toll on the enemy, though, so it's good to know that that's a thing.
All one! Acknowledged! By Alarion!
But
One of
yeah,
your
we're
units has been destroyed.
basically screwed here already. Alright, so lessons that we've learned here. I don't think dragons have enough punching power for the strategy. Yeah, we've got like half the value out of that. Alright.
You have been bested.
Well, learning experiences, learning experiences. So, I might need... I'm not actually sure what we would need for the general there. The value that we got wasn't the worst, so I guess they were fighting relatively scary units. I think I just have to make sure she's not committing at all to the fight. I'd have to get a third flyer in somewhere, I think. This is where I wish like they had the Griffin Knights, because they're a restricted unit for High Elves. Like, Halves have way too many good units that fill in their roster in a good way that they don't have access to. Just making it so you could use them would actually just fix a lot of their problems. Although not all of them. They'd still have the efficiency problem. What kind of fight is this? Domination, Grove of Slaughter. I don't think I've seen this map. Oh, this is a weird freaking map. Okay. What's interesting about this is like all of the forest that I'm seeing there. This seems like one where you'd get a lot of extra benefit from taking like white lions and stuff like that. Okay, well, fine. Alright. A crater. Alright. Let's see what we're up against here. We're up against Dark Elves again. Alright, let's try and just lean in on what we did that other time, except we're not going to take any Sword Masters at all. Like, just none. Because I think they're garbage in this situation for what, like, Dark Elves are actually taking. So we sort of have to think about what people sort of actually take with different factions. This is a completely open map, so gonna be more along this sort of line here, I think. More of High Magic is one I still like here. Tempest might be okay in this matchup, honestly, but... Okay. Okay, so we've got kind of like 5 shooty units, and we're going to kind of be boxing up here, I think. I do want these guys to be the ones that are getting a little bit of veterancy. Looks like I can't afford that last one. That's fine. If I could afford to get rid of the thing, I probably would, but I think this is sort of fine here. Yeah, I think this is okay. Oh no, actually, what we were going to do was this. We're getting rid of that steed. And the reason we're sort of getting rid of the steed, of course, was because we're boxing, so we don't need to have one. So this is where we hope that we take in more shooting than our opponent, and probably didn't. In some ways, it's actually daft for me to try this strategy, because I think Dark Elves technically have slightly better shooting in a lot of ways, because they've got the armor-piercing crossbows, although they have a lot less range on them. Who actually has better shooting? Because they can get the shielded crossbows for cheaper than I can get Lothran Seaguard, and those have armor-piercing, but they have a lot less range. So he'd take like several volleys coming in, and I'd also have shields, so like we'd kind of negate each other on that front. Both of us have the same bolt throwers. I don't know, actually. I feel like Hyle's probably actually have slightly better, because they've got more choice as far as shooting goes. He has to go for either like the fairly expensive shades, and none of his stuff sort of like can outrange me, so he has to like walk in closer. Put some more at risk for other things as well.
Acknowledged.
Okay, so we're gonna set up back here, and then we'll sort of like move out later.
We will obey.
Northern Seaguard.
Without fail. Archers.
Loyal! Loyal!
As you say.
So this isn't really a noob box, honestly, but it's kind of a
Understood.
noob box.
It will be
We're not
done.
like squaring it with pikes or anything like that, but
Orders
it's pretty
received.
close.
Eagle Claw!
Okay.
Lothern Seaguard. For duty.
I think I actually should be taking like the other
duty.
commanders that increase my
Without fail.
rate of fire and stuff like that. That actually has a
Loyal.
big impact on how much damage we deal with these things.
Understood!
Loyal.
Without fail!
Okay.
Will be done.
Can I be praised?
Orders received. Happy to serve.
Okay, so we want to push this forward. But how much and where to? I feel like some of the lips of this would actually be slightly advantageous.
Lothern Seaguard. For duty.
He's actually got Malekith here.
Understood.
Scourge Runner Chariots,
For
Cold
the
One Knights.
king!
I'm gonna try and take out the Cold One Knights.
To the fray!
He's definitely not gone for more shooting than I have.
Tyrannal Chariots!
Try and get some hits on these guys here. I think he's going after our chariots with his, or our bolt throwers with his
You're
bolt throwers.
there! For order.
We away!
Nope. Phone keeps buzzing for some damn reason. Scourge Runner taking a huge amount of damage there, which is great.
For Asurian! Apace!
Getting some lag there. Alright, Cold One Knights taking some damage. He's got a bunch of harpies up there,
Archers.
which is disconcerting to say the least.
For duty.
Dropped another one of these guys, looks like. I think another one's about to go down. Alright, here comes
Acknowledged.
harpies.
Understood. For Othran. obey! Ancestors! Tyrannok chariots! Lothern Sea Guard!
Alright.
It shall be done!
It will be done.
Loyal! For Azorian! It shall be done!
So,
Archers!
push forward with our archers here.
Apace! Without fail! It will be done! Swiftly! Yes!
Alright, getting some hits on this bolt thrower here. His bolt throwers are going after mine still, I think, but
As you say. Azorian willing!
I'm gonna switch to this type of shot. I think it's actually a little bit more efficient. I think he switched shots, actually. He's firing at my chariots now, all of a sudden.
Moving out! At once!
I think he's using his Scourge Runners for that, though, so...
It shall be done.
Serve the king! Orders received. Move! Forward! As you say. We advance!
Okay.
Moving out! Without question! Heir of Anarian!
Moving out.
Lacoy! By Alario! For duty! Acknowledged! Assyrian guides us!
Alright, so here again I have to use Tyrian to take out their mobile elements, but that's fine.
Lothern Sea Guard! Acknowledged! Acknowledged! We go!
Okay, I don't think those guys are coming back this
As
time.
you say.
Tyrannok chariots! For all one! Spearmen! Can I be praised? Sunfang lusts
Oh, did
for
I
battle.
forget to give him... I forgot to give him his horse.
Very well. For Assyrian!
We will obey.
Ouch.
It shall be
Alright, so
done.
that sucked. But...
By your command.
Oh, they did come back, those little bastards.
For duty.
Assur, forward! Draw back! Understood! Weapons ready! Sword of the Assur!
Assur, withdraw.
Kill them!
It shall be done! As you say! For Assyrian! Pull back!
Alright. So without the
Champion of
horse
Alaria.
on Tyrian, we're in a bit of trouble here.
Spearman!
God damn it.
Orifare! By Alariel! Orders received!
These guys I hope respond to something here.
Tyrannok chariots!
Oh, we got this. Okay. This is back. They're out
By
of
your
arrows,
command.
actually.
We will obey! Ancestors! Loyal!
Okay, Dread Spears, even with the bonus, are gonna have a hard time against some of our stuff here, which is good. I can't catch these guys, unfortunately, so
Eager for
what I might have to
battle.
do is something like this.
Lacoy Soraya!
As you say. Pull back!
So that's causing quite a lot of damage to those guys,
Northern
which is
Sea Guard.
nice.
Battle claws!
Yeah, that's quite good.
Tyrannok chariots! Without fail. To the fray!
Acknowledged.
Draw back!
Understood.
I think we're about to lose here. Yeah, the Dark Elf ability to like just get a ton of stats in a burst is so meaningful in a lot of fights. It's not very good in some situations, but Hey, no, no, this matter. It's been a while since I've seen you. How you been? Let's see here. You guys are back? Okay. Try one more time to get rid of this Reaper Bolt Thrower.
Asa, withdraw!
You're a fair!
I need to use my abilities better. I need to use my abilities much better. Oh, did I cancel? Oh, God. I keep forgetting how they program some of this stuff here.
Orders.
I think I'm fleeing here in a second. Oh, I missed that. I was trying to hit these guys, but... Hopefully I don't get knocked over here. I'm gonna... Nope. I think I got it off before I fled. Oh my god. I haven't played this game in a while either, so it's been rough.
Make Oath One proud! Heir of Anarian!
Okay, so that actually does quite a lot of damage to Cold One Knights. Maybe I can use that as a sniping thing. Well, last week was pretty rough. This week is kind of rough in a certain way, though, but it's not honestly that bad in the grand scheme of things. Like, last week I had someone smash my car window, which just is really annoying. It, like, nothing got stolen. They went through it, there's nothing in there. So, you know, it's that sort of, like, hassle that's really just a blight, you know? You don't want to deal with it.
Draw back!
And then, we had a temperature change here from, like, plus 25 to 0, and that's in Celsius. So, I'm one of those people that gets, like, headaches when there's big pressure shifts. So, I've been feeling kind of like the effects of a 25 degrees Celsius shift in temperature, but it'll pass. It'll be fine. I'm actually kind of glad to be able to get back into this game because, like, for a long time there was this really big game-breaking bug with High Elves where there was a unit with, like, 10 times more hit points than it was supposed to have. And it made it so that people would dodge out of games, so I was trying to play High Elves, so... I just haven't played, like, for a month because I just did not have the ability to play as the faction I want to play as. Now that I'm back, though, they kind of still suck, but... Maybe that was a deliberate feature. Maybe that was a buff that they had implemented. It's just like, oh yeah, these guys need this to win. Otherwise, they just can't. I don't think that's true, though. I think they're... Well, yeah, in particular where I live is pretty bad for, like, the temperature swings, but yeah, like, a 25 degrees Celsius shift is pretty extreme even for here. Like, normally it's not that bad, but it was, like, 0 degrees yesterday, and, like, a couple days ago, it was, like, literally 30 degrees. It's, yeah, it's wild here. Yeah, he actually, the person who smashed the car window, like, actually just went down the entire block, smashed every window, like, rooted through, as far as I can tell, like, every car that was just there. So, I feel bad for the people who had stuff in their cars as well, but, yeah, like, I was kind of lucky that I just didn't have anything in there, so. Yeah. And it, honestly, like, it's definitely not that expensive either to get a car window replaced either. It's just so annoying to have to do it. Like, I don't want to be on the phone. I don't want to talk to people. What's going on here? We're up against Dwarves. I have not played against Dwarves in a long time. Let's try rushing them. Let's just try a melee rush. So we're going to take a bunch of those guys. We're going to take, like, not these guys, the regular guys. Going to take Tyrion. Put him on a horse this time. Let's remember to do that. Yeah, so... Curse of Anra here might be good, actually. Amber Spear... Or no, Transformation of Kadon, that's the one. Nah, let's not do that. Let's... How about Lore of Shadow? We'll just take it for like Bit of Shades and Penumbral. That's pretty much it. Oh, like, it shouldn't remind you to sort your insurance, because, like, when I called my insurance company, it's like, are you gonna do anything about this? They're like, no. It's like, you didn't lose enough, so we don't really care. And I'm like, great, what's the point of you guys? Oh well. It's just like, no, like, you didn't lose very much, so we're just not gonna cover for you. Do they, like, not automatically send you a reminder to do your, like, insurance? Because, like, my company's just like, hey, you better frickin' pay us or we'll break your kneecaps. And I'm like, oh, I guess I better pay my insurance company. They don't actually say they'll break my kneecaps. They just imply subtly through, like, vague gestures that they'll break my kneecaps. And then they won't cover for them because, you know, I don't have kneecap insurance. Oh, man. Actually, while yesterday was like 0 degrees out, it's actually shot back up to like 15 today. I'm pretty sure. Let me just double check here. It feels like it's 15 right now. Yeah, 15 degrees. It's not as extreme of a shift though, but going from 0 to 15 is also pretty bad. Well, technically speaking, like, the real reason that you have to have insurance is in case you, like, run someone over and you have to pay their medical bills for the rest of your life. Because most of us can't afford to pay someone else's medical bills for the rest of our lives. I know I can't.
White lions!
Although, admittedly, if I did that and I didn't have the ability to pay them, I'd just declare bankruptcy and that's someone else's problem at that point in time. That's kind of a dick move.
Swordmaster of Hoeth!
Honestly speaking, I do feel like that should be, like, the health care provider's responsibility to a much greater extent than it really is. Because those sort of accidents happen all the time. Can't really expect, like, insurance companies that people pay for to be the thing that really funds that, but I guess they do, so. You ignore all the reminders. They send me hard copy mail. They don't send me emails.
Shield of the Ever Queen.
Alright, so this is a blitz strat. I just have to, like, run across this area, down this valley that for some reason he has that I don't. Who the frick made this map? What is this garbage? There's, like, a trench line in front of the Dwarven side that they get to, like, sit on the edge of, and I'm just like, oh, well, I guess I'm on the attacking side or some shit. What the hell is this?
Champion of Alariel. Assure warrior.
I mean, not without getting crippled.
Onwards to victory. Onward.
If you want someone else to pay for your insurance, you kind of have to get crippled, which is the, not so great part.
Heir of Anarian.
You ignore hard copy mail. That's, dangerous, but okay. Now, my swordmasters are gonna die, but you know what? I guess that's just the way the cookie crumbles. I have literally 0 things that are allowed to attack upward. So that's interesting.
Without fail. Sunfang lusts for battle.
Looks like he's opted to try and, like, focus down Tyrion a little bit too, which is great for me.
Seal!
Swordmaster of Hoeth! To the fray!
White lions!
March! Servant of light! Honor bound!
Okay, so I'm not sure how this battle goes in terms of, like, I literally can't fire upwards. It used to be that he would lose morale until he lost, if he stayed down there. Or up there, rather.
Doing my duty.
Oh, they're just absolutely wrecking through Tyrion here.
With me!
Even through Feint and his Heart of Avalorn, that's just apparently does
Upward
nothing.
mage.
Okay, well that's great.
Seeking the foe!
Asa attack!
What the hell? Wow, they actually killed him. That was incredibly fast. I think he's got Gotrek Felix and a Runesmith, so that's fun.
As you say.
Alright, well,
To
interesting.
battle! Asa, withdraw!
Asa mage!
I wonder when they added Gotrek and Felix. I don't remember that.
Scython, hear me!
Sinner!
Yeah, I kind of should have like been slightly better prepared for some of this stuff, but like you kind of have to rush against dwarves a lot of the time.
Wielder of the winds!
But if they go all air, there's not a lot I can do about that
I
one,
go
honestly.
then.
It's kind of amazing how good this group was with Ed Gooning. Like, that's actually really impressive to me. A bunch of his other stuff's actually just crumbling, like, on the ground here, but it doesn't really matter. Like, he's still gonna win. Because I can't attack upwards. Looks like I don't have an overcast to this yet. I should still be able to hit him pretty hard with this, though.
Abjure! Bend to my will!
Yeah, that hit kind of hard.
Upward mage!
Those guys have all decided to run the hell off that way, I guess. They are seeing off Swordmaster, so that might be worthwhile. Man, I really wish I'd taken some form of anti-air attack. The problem is also going to be Gotrek is going to be unbreakable, so I can't do anything about that guy. Okay, that bombing run was actually pretty good. He's got a gyro bomber. I do not see those get taken. Ironbreakers are doing kind of a good job of doing what they do, but like this is actually a lot of pressure against the gyro bomber that they don't like getting hit by. These Slayers are unbreakable, so I can't actually do anything about that. I'm going to try and kill them all, which takes forever.
Upward mage!
Alright, so I wish I had taken like something that could have like started attacking those guys, but yeah, I think this is still actually something that they can. I think this is actually something the Ironbreakers can still handle to a certain extent there. He has got the elite ones, wow. He added Gotrek and Felix a while ago, yeah. I haven't read any of those books. I kind of don't want to, I kind of do want to. It's 50-50 on that one.
Forward!
White lions!
Ready!
Yeah.
White lions!
I do feel like this is kind of a cheesy strat that my opponent's gone for, but I can't really blame him.
Upward mage!
It's effective, so, you know, do it. Are we gonna eventually take down any of these Ironbreakers? Yeah, some of them are dying. Is Gotrek and Felix, are they lords, or is the Rune Lord his lord? No, I think Gotrek is. No, that's Ungrim Ironfist. Where's... Huh. He's got Felix and no Gotrek. You can't do that. That's illegal.
White lions!
Come as a package deal, man.
Order must be maintained!
Okay, so these guys do pretty good damage against my stuff here. And I do not kill them very quickly, which I kind of knew, but still.
Azor, withdraw!
Menlui! Orior Menlui!
These guys are probably not going to break here, honestly, either. Might have to take, like, Lore of Death against Dwarves, which would be garbage,
White lions!
because they're highly resistant to that.
Asa, withdraw!
But it's probably one of those, like, better than nothing kind of moment. Oh, he still has 39 of these baskets. Gotrek and Felix is probably like the most common books from fantasy, other than like the really lousy like
Making my way.
end of the world sort of books. I can't remember what they're called
Lions,
from that series that no one likes.
it will be done.
But this ended up being a lot closer than I thought it was going to be.
Battle awaits.
Yeah, the problem with a lot of the Warhammer books is they kind of just look like, oh yeah, it's for like the serious diehard like Warhammer fans. And it's like,
White lions.
can't I get one that's like a good book first? Feels like to a certain extent they're there for fans more than they are for like just people who like really good books. Ouch. Okay, the one thing actually I just realized that bothers me is like I've got like woodsmen, and I would have thought that that would be like some more of an advantage, but I think these guys actually just trash me out. Alright, so I think against that sort of crap I have to take, I'm not sure what actually kills these things, because these things are kind of fast. I'd have to look up the speed values. He's got 3 of the brimstone guns, he's got cannon, he's got the drow bomber. Ungrim Iron Fist, Rinsmith, Felix. Is Felix strong? What'd they do for... Actually, no, like, they're reintroducing Warhammer Fantasy on the tabletop, which is kind of cool. I don't think I actually have Gotrek Felix. I think I needed a DLC I didn't get. Let's find out. Gotrek and Felix. Oh, no, they're there. What the hell is Felix good for? Anti-infantry duelist. He's got Helping Hand. And Karagal. Big bonus versus infantry. Wow. Flaming attacks. That wouldn't be that useful against Tyrion. Well, I mean, hopefully they do actually do what they said they're gonna and bring back Warhammer Fantasy. What's Gotrek good at? Gotrek's Doom. Runex dampen spell resistance? Okay. Reduces spell resistance. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they are pretty slow at doing stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure if it's actually going to happen, but, you know, there seems to be some people who really want it to. How much did they make these little bastards cost? 1,650. Okay, so it's 2... No, I was fighting it with 3 units that are 800 each. So it's 2,800 versus 1,650. All my guys were armor-piercing, and 2 of them were anti-infantry. So that's just messed up. Fair enough, I guess. I don't know. See, dwarves can actually get away with like a lot of elite or a couple of elite infantry because they're impossible to kill their elite infantry. You'll never kill like the iron breakers. Even the regular ones are really hard to kill. I actually still have my like high elf army around somewhere. I haven't painted like half of it still. I mean, if you're not going to actually buy any of the Games Workshop products, why don't you just like 3D print a bunch of stuff and then play 8th edition? Because 8th edition was pretty good. Well, strictly speaking, you could actually keep playing, like, 8th edition. It's not like the servers went down or anything like that. Yeah, it's actually really hard to paint that stupid stuff. It takes a long time. Death Pass again. Okay. I kind of wonder what other people are taking with high elves. I should actually look into that a little bit, but... I bet it's like a lot of cavalry. I bet a lot of cavalry gets taken with high elves right now. I'm not entirely sure that I think that that's a good thing. Let's take some silver and guard. Let's try like decent heavy melee infantry, some archers. I don't want Emmerich. What are we up against? Norskins? Oh. Yeah, I forgot to check that before I did all this. Let's... Just... because they're just gonna melee rush us, basically. I don't think that my guys win that fight. Yeah, this is kind of screwed, actually. I don't have great answers to a lot of their stuff. Tyrion's supposed to be one of those guys who's like good at dueling, but oh no, there's still people who play it like well, maybe not your local place. I guess that might be the problem, yeah. But I've seen people playing it. It's not that uncommon. Arcane Unforging, I think, is quite good. I haven't been using Soul Quench. Oops, that is not at all ready. Okay, one of you. Have a couple of them in reserve, have a couple of these guys available. A couple of those guys available. The problem with these guys is Norska has actually got like a mixture of monsters, heavy infantry, and a bunch of other nonsense that's actually kind of hard to counter as an aggregate. Because a lot of their stuff is a little bit overtuned. Just a little bit. They sort of done that deliberately, I think, to try and make it so that they can sort of force you into bad positions against certain things, but... Alright, let's just give you guys a bunch of bumps here. Alright. So I have to take the sisters here. Yeah, check out your nearby hobby stores. It's actually been long enough that like some of them might have drifted off and are playing different things now, but like even online I can see like there's an interest for it because there's people still playing like 8th edition Warhammer. And they're still like streaming games of it and stuff like that. I definitely do think that there's like a little bit more... Honestly, actually no, the like miniatures wargaming, like the miniature wargames channels that I've watched, there seems to be more interest in the Warhammer Fantasy games rather than Age of Sigmar. Because like, Age of Sigmar is just not a very good game. It's kind of better now than it used to be apparently, but like it's not exactly what I would say is a good game. Alright. So I don't think I even try for center here. I go for right and then all my reinforcements stream center, and I basically just ignore that for now. Actually no, we might fight for center. The reason is that like what we probably don't want to do is like expose ourselves to a bunch of firepower. Yeah, like Age of Sigmar apparently... I don't remember what it was they were trying to do. They were trying to make it like super casual for the initial bit where it's like the rules didn't make any sense to actually work as a war game. Because they wanted to get people who don't play war games to just collect the miniatures. Which obviously didn't work, because why would you collect them if you weren't going to play a game with them? So they've apparently improved the rule set to the point where it's playable now, but it's still not great, apparently. You are getting a 3D printer. There's another war game that I think is actually pretty good that you would want to print out some from, and it's what the hell was it called? Oh, War Machine. War Machine. I didn't get a chance to play very much of it, but that's a fun game. The only problem I have with it actually is that like the games are primarily about trying to snipe out something from your opponent, so they're really quick games, which I think a lot of people like, but does mean you're not having those big epic sort of battles in the same sort of way.
Heir of Anarian.
The Age of Sigmar models look like really over-designed, but they don't look bad to me. Like, they've got way too much sort of weird stuff going on, but it's clearly supposed to be a sort of, like, more extreme kind of fantasy, and I think that's fine. It doesn't look like a sort of medieval fantasy army, though, at all. I'd agree with that sort of idea. Yeah, War Machine was a lot of fun. Or if you didn't play that one, like Hordes, was I think the other alternative.
Advance!
The equivalents on the other side, I guess. War Shrine, War Mammoth. That looks expensive. Marauders with great weapons, Marauder Spearmen. So yeah, we're just gonna try and get some shots against him with our stuff here.
Battle awaits! For Ulthuan!
Did we cause 0 damage to this guy? I feel like we did.
We away! Following orders! Moving out! We advance! Onward! Servant of light, Assyrian guides us! Tireless! Without question!
Okay, so these guys got hit by that. It's all good.
Spearmen!
Acknowledged! We go! For order! Serve the king!
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Your affair! It will be done.
Skin Wolves behind there are making me a bit nervous.
Without fail! We away!
For the king!
Silver helms! At once! Moving out! Yoliver! As you say. Heir of Anarian. Immediately.
Spearmen!
Okay.
Yes! Death to all!
I think we beat those wolves with these guys, so... Swordmaster's got absolutely crushed here, which is, again, disappointing to say the least of the situation, honestly.
Ready. Crush them!
I think I had been terror running. I think we rallied, though.
Question. Silver helms. For duty.
Wow, one volley from those guys instantly just wrecked this thing.
We will obey! Attack!
I think Tyrion's doing okay over here.
Of Ulthuan. At once. Ancestors!
Marauder champions that way. It's not my favorite thing to be fighting there.
Make Ulthuan proud. Silver helms.
Swordmaster of Hoeth! To battle!
Sunfang lusts for battle. The greater
Wolfrook,
good.
I think we beat,
Lacoy!
honestly.
Understood. Silver helms. Can I be praised? As you say, we advance.
Alright, looks like that's going fine.
Illyrian reavers.
Alright, Warhounds again.
Understood. For duty.
Orders. Battle awaits.
To the fray.
Swordmasters are down, but we can get
Spearmen, forward!
some basic-ass spearmen over here.
Heir of
Ulfric's about to
Valerian.
die, and I think we can actually run him down.
Illyrian Reavers! Make old one proud! Attack!
Spearmen! For Assyrian!
Alright, I think Wulfric is dead.
Going forth!
Loyal! Ancestors!
Looks like our cav over here got beaten by those Marauder champions, which is unfortunate, but not that surprising.
Awaiting orders. Araya!
Yes! Battle
Is that more Marauder champions there? I think that is.
Death
Marauder
to
berserkers,
all!
okay.
Weapons ready! Illyrian Reavers! March! Yes! Nasser, advance! Nasser, attack! Spearmen, orders received.
Alright.
Draw back!
For duty! For Althwan!
Marauder champions are a real nightmare to get through. Kinda hate fighting them.
Silver helms!
Yes?
Sword
Looks like
of the
our-
Assur.
Whatever it's called, pops,
It
unfortunately.
is done.
Tyrannok chariots!
The chariots out there. Oh, these guys are being attacked. The hell? How'd that happen? Gonna have to be that.
My power is yours.
Advance! By Ilariel! Illyrian Reavers!
I'm actually not doing that well, honestly. But I'm doing okay.
Understood! Acknowledged!
Pull back!
Norska is like a faction I think is just really quite bulldozery. They just sort of walk over you. And like I think High Elves have a slightly hard time with a lot of things, including, you know, just things that are more concentrated in what they do.
Loyal! Kill them!
I think High Elves sort of do their best when they're up against people who are like really versatile. Because those versatile armies have the same sort of problems that they do sometimes. And you're gonna have like
Woeful tidings. The enemy has captured one of your victory points.
gonna have a lot of
Take it back.
situations where like your versatile armies are weaker to pay for that versatility.
As you say,
The exception is like sometimes you have armies that are versatile and more powerful, which are just broken, but you know. Yeah, I can't get enough firepower to like actually hold either of these sides. It's just more powerful units
battle
on
calls!
Making my way.
their part.
It is done.
Noble born!
I wonder if I should be getting my like
Illyrian Reavers!
I wonder if I should be getting like my mage. That would actually probably be a
Azor,
useful thing to have.
withdraw!
What's going on here?
Chariots! For
What were
Ulthwan!
these guys doing, I wonder? I don't think that they were actually
Setting forth!
okay, what the
Orders received!
okay, stuff is actually just not following orders, that's what's going on. Alright, fine.
Understood!
Onward! Noble! As you say, for our ancestors, we go!
Alright.
Kill them!
Cavalry again seems to be the answer to all my ills. Ouch.
As As you say.
It's unfortunate. I've already used my stuff here, so I think I've already used Heart of Avalorn too. So just trying to burn away some of these Marauder champions, but
Tyrannok chariots! For Ulfwan! By Alariel!
this should actually get him. This should get rid of him.
It shall be done.
These guys are out
Let
of
us
ammo.
withdraw.
Tyrion's fleeing, unfortunately. These
For
guys are
duty,
all
loyal.
surrounded now, so that's kind of fine.
Acknowledged! For Lothan! By your command! Loyal! Ah, sir! Advance!
Moving out.
Pull back!
Is Tyrion back? Yes.
Heir of Anarion! By Asurion! March! Tyrion! Striking forth!
Missing all my
For the
abilities. I'm gonna
king!
back off there a second.
Ah, sir! Move!
These
Battle
Marauder
call!
champions still in the fight?
I
What the hell?
go! Pull back! Yes! Champion of Alaria! We will obey!
Yeah, we're not doing great here. My opponent's way ahead on points and everything. Got trolls heading in. Don't really have the ability to deal with all this right now.
Ulfwan! Apace! Forward! Agreed! Annihilate them! Orders received! Lachoy!
The fact that I don't have
Onward!
heal right now means I have to be
Glory
careful here.
awaits. Make Ulfwan proud!
God, these Marauder champions are a nightmare.
Heir of Anarion! Charge!
I think I've got his general again, though. Should be a kill. Which, if it is, that would be really good for us. I might have to recall Tyrion, but I could also just leave him out of the fight.
Can I be
I have to keep calling cavalry, which I hate doing in these circumstances. Yeah, Tyrion came back.
dauntless? Battle calls! For the king! To battle! Pull back! Understood.
Okay, so him, I'm just gonna leave him
With me!
off in the back or something like that. The ladies there don't really matter anymore.
Tyrannok chariots! Kill them!
Okay, I need to
Silver
get some stuff
helm.
over here. Oh god, is it more champions? Berserkers. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this. He's just got the ability to like throw more stuff onto the points than I do.
Shield
And I
of the
can't
Everqueen.
really do anything about that, honestly.
As you say, moving out! We will obey. March! Ready and able! For honor! For order! Without question. The Reaper!
Okay, I do need something to get back in here.
Retreat! Orders received.
Okay, I can get a Swordmaster finally.
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
We are ahead on points by a little bit. Yeah, this one's close. But I've got a bunch of disadvantages here. Oh, those skimmables.
Silver helms!
God.
We go!
Woeful tidings! The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
Draw back!
Yeah, skimmables are really powerful.
Swiftly!
Ready. Kill them!
Sail!
I'm not going to be able to hold that there.
Heir of Anarian!
We've got bonus versus large. They're like good as a counter against cavalry,
Withdraw!
which is what my opponent sort of was doing there.
Tyrannok chariots!
Okay, you guys get up there. If I can get my other sword masters into this, we might be able to have a chance here. How's this guy not rallied? There we go.
Noble! With me! Apace!
I need this guy to be turned off of that for a bit.
We away!
And we can get some spears here. That's what we're gonna need.
Loyal! Loyal!
Orders received! At once!
Alright, magic shots into the sides of these guys.
Assyrian guides us!
Woeful tidings! The enemy has captured one of your victory points. Take it back.
For duty. It shall be
Okay,
done.
Skinwolf's taking a whole bunch of damage here, but no deaths. Kind of would really like if some of them would die. Gonna want another swordmaster, just throw it on the center here.
Silver helms! Tyrannok chariots!
Still no dead guys there.
Ancestors!
Alright, swordmasters
Swordmaster of Hoeth.
going in.
Understood!
Battle calls! For the king!
It's a point in our favor in a second here. I think these guys might have regeneration. Yeah, they're regenerating. God damn it.
Weapons ready!
You have the foe's victory point.
Sail!
Alright, we hit these Marauder Berserkers really hard.
For our ancestors!
Hit these champions next.
Swiftly! By your command!
Do need more cavalry here, unfortunately.
For duty! Assa, move! Swordmaster of Hoeth!
Spearman! Swordmaster of Hoeth.
Okay, I kind of need to get out of that fight a little bit, but
Serve the king! Setting forth!
just need to get out of there.
It shall be done!
It's got another War Shrine Mammoth. That's not good.
For duty! Moving out! Yes!
Orders received!
Tyrannok chariots!
It's coming back around this way with the these guys, so we can hold these guys in place with our chariots
By
a little bit.
Alariel! Battle calls! Aurea!
Gonna try and hit these champions hard, so I can get these guys to go deal with some of this larger stuff. That charge from that thing just absolutely obliterated all my stuff there.
Silver helms! Eagle claw! Assa, attack! Silver helms! Apace!
We hit the champions pretty hard, but
Swordmaster of Hoeth!
I don't think we're gonna be able to pull through this fast enough here. He's ahead by enough that, like, I kind of have to win fast, and I just cannot.
For duty!
Oreo!
There's no way I'm getting through this fast enough here.
Oreo!
Okay, these guys are the killers. Let's try and take them out first. But the champions are also, like, all the stuff is so killy.
As you say.
Quality orders, please.
Silver helms!
Yeah, Swordmaster's
For
broke.
order! For Assyrian!
Have to charge Skin Wolves with nonsense
Make off one
that I don't want to charge him with. Oh no, the Swordmaster's still here.
Swordmaster of Hoeth!
Skin Wolves are breaking, that's actually really good.
It shall be done! Silver helms! Quickly now!
Asso, withdraw!
Don't think I'm gonna be able to take this point fast enough though.
It shall be done! At
I've
once.
gotta have like the stupid Swordmaster unit sitting here because like if I leave that's gonna be
You have
yeah.
been bested.
Wait.
There is only defeat.
Is there a time limit? I'm wondering if it's whoever has most points at a certain time, because we were really far off of anyone getting the 5,000. There must be. I guess that's actually a good idea. It does kind of suck when it's kind of a close fight like that, though, where it's like you could take it back from them. This mammoth thing is an absolute beast. Well, that was a fun game at least. Yeah, 117 kills with 1,633 value on the Tyrannot chariots. Cavalry pulling their weight, really, honestly. Got way more value out of the Swordmaster than I thought I was getting. Tyrion also giving me a lot of value. He didn't do as well as I thought he was going to, but yeah, a lot of my stuff got really huge value, but like it doesn't really matter tremendously. When you're up against stuff like this, I guess. Wow, 4,000 off Wolfric. No, I don't think he did hit the score limit, because the score limit's 5,000. Unless I was looking at the wrong thing, but let's see, what time is it? It's 4:30. I do have to get going somewhere relatively soon. Probably have enough time for one more. I wonder if, like, I do wonder if they changed the score limit, because I think it used to be 5,000. But a couple of the games have been ending before that, so maybe they did. Or maybe there's, like, an amount killed limit as well, I don't know. I have no idea what this map is. Interesting. Okay, we're up against Dwarves. I don't know how they do on this particular type of game mode. I'm assuming fine, honestly. Let's try something here. Ready to do the Lure of Death. Let's go with that. Alright, so we're trying something a bit different here. This is not sort of like Lord to setup that I would normally try for. Don't want to have any archers against dwarves, really. It just doesn't work out. Could have these ones, but they can be pretty resistant against that kind of stuff. So I do think that cavalry works well against them. So we'll take a bunch of that. Take some of these guys just to hold points. Yeah, see you around. Okay. Let's go with the handmaiden here. We'll have it just like boosting up our artillery, so all I need is the reload skill, and base missile damage. So that's all fine. Get another one of these things, I guess, available. A couple more of those. Another of those. Swordmaster still seem to be garbage. White lines do very little damage against dwarves, I've been finding, which is surprising. just need capture power. I don't think I can even afford to upgrade all these guys now. Alright. Battle for Itza. Oh no, I think I do remember this map. This is the... Oh yeah, no, I think this... I know this one, okay. Yeah, I'm kind of wondering how much like of those guys' hit points are gonna come back if I try to snipe them with any spells, but it's kind of what we have to do, I think. Alright. Could be that you have to take like lots of flyers against dwarves. That would suck though. Because flyers don't do enough damage to like kill dwarfish units.
We will obey.
Alright, so we kind of need to actually put those guys in the woods like that.
Acknowledged.
And we'll sort of like try and take these two.
White lions.
Sir Archmage!
Alright.
Acknowledged.
It will
Group
be
those guys.
so.
So this also works well against like tough small units. So like Gyrocopters would actually do still pretty well against. So
Weaver of the winds!
To the fray.
cannons.
For Loffen.
Sir Archmage!
It's got Grombrindal.
Serve the king. Silver helms.
These guys should not be behind actually the things that are probably going to get counter
We go. Swiftly. Make off one
cannoned
proud.
here.
As you say!
Got nothing with Vanguard deploy, unfortunately.
On the way! Maiden Guard!
Can I be praised?
Alright, what's expensive over here? Four warriors. Nothing really. It's gone for sort of the cheaper stuff, it looks like.
Loyal. Apace.
Understood.
For order.
Minus the blasting
Master of
charges.
sorcery.
White lions!
Swiftly.
Alright, we got a little while yet.
We advance. It shall be done. It shall be done. For the king.
Let's hit these Thunderers.
White lions. Sinner.
Sinner!
For the king. For Ulthuan.
For duty. For fun. Nakoi.
Ouch, 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 ouch.
True magic is mine.
We're going to be just running that on Gromerdal over and over again. So I won't have anyone better to hit with it.
Battle calls!
Okay, smash that cannon. Get to the next cannons.
Attack! Apace!
Taking those quarrelers a bit down.
Silver helms! Sinner! As you say, by Alario!
Alright, so we've hit them in all of their artillery pretty hard here.
For Assyrian!
Orders received.
These dwarf warriors if we can here.
Orders received.
Sir Archmage!
Acknowledged. We go. Loyal. You're it there.
Forward! For the king!
We will obey. For Lothan.
You have the foe's victory point.
Asa, forward! For
Alright, let's get
order!
on this cannon if we can.
It will be done! Ancestors!
White Lions.
Aurifair!
Alright, let's get some more cav. This rush is working. Actually really, really well. My opponent has gone for way too much shooting. And he's trying to defend his missile units with more shooting, which is not the best call.
Swiftly! Silver helms! We will obey.
I do need to recall these guys and get them actually back in the fight at a separate time, because these guys are completely out of the fight.
Unending
But
glory
yeah,
is
no, that
yours.
worked. That worked really well. Which is interesting, because it was kind of a stupid battle plan, but apparently things work out sometimes. Spent a lot on cannons, and they just did not manage to get anything out of it. Alright. I think actually if he, like, held on, he could have recovered a little bit, but I think he was down too many points at the end there. Either way, though, like I said, one more game. I have to get ready to get out somewhere, but yeah, that was fun. I lost a ton of games, but I kind of expected that. Every time I like go on a hiatus of this for whatever reason, it makes it so that I forget what I'm doing, but I do still like this game. I do still like it, but hopefully I can get a little bit better at it. Trying different things, but a lot of the roster I sort of look down on with the high elves. I need to sort of figure out if there's a place for some of them. Like Silverian Guard, for example, there's just very few things I find them effective against, but they probably are okay line holders or something like that, I don't know. They seem expensive for line holders, though, especially because they don't seem to actually do a great job at it. Like, I think Dwarf Warriors are better at that sort of thing, but we'll have to find out, I guess. Either way, though, been a fun stream. I'll be back hopefully next Monday, unless something again happens, but mostly, if anything happens to me, it's probably going to be weather-related, where it's just like, there's a 30-degree temperature swing and I just get knocked out by it. But, yeah, hopefully not. In any event, though, hope you found this one enjoyable, and of course, as always, hope to see you guys